Oh boy, this is special. This is special.
I hope you racers are hyped because it is about to get intense. G'day, Stu from UAVfutures here, and today, well, this is the big one, the part 2, the one that the racers have been asking for, the one that I've seen so many comments. You know, Stuart, please get your hands on a Proton, please do the review, and yes, it is here. This is the Proton flight review from Flightclub. So many things to remember there, but this is where we take it out to the field, rip it around, hit it with Speed Gun Sally, see what Crash Test Cal, Grumpy Trev, see what the gang thinks about it, and why this might be the premium racing frame for you, because I know it's got a big following, a lot of people are hyped about it, and let's cut out of this studio. You guys want to see the good stuff, so let's cut out and have some fun and rip it around in the field in 3, 2, oh, almost got you. Also, part 1, if you haven't seen that, go watch this little card that pops up here, because that's where we look at the text and the specs. But let's cut out and have some fun in 3, 2, 1. Rightio, out here in the field. Sorry if the audio is a little bit different because, yeah, my other recording camera went flat. But anyway, what we're doing, what's going on, guys? We're going to be flying around with the Proton from Flightclub. I'm super pumped because this thing is just a racing machine. So of course, we're here at the UAVfutures, I guess, test track or the race track, because we can really put this thing through its paces. Hopefully I've got some skills to rip this thing around, and we'll see just how fast this thing is going to go. Show you some HD footage, hand it over to Grumpy Trev, Crash Test Cal, and then hit it with the speed gun, and I'm hoping for some big things. Alright, so let's cut to some HD footage and have some fun in 3, 2, 1. Alrighty-o, here we go on board, and you guys, I hope you're ready to see something special, because the Proton, it is next level. Now, I just want to put a bit of a disclaimer out there, straight off the bat. This is not a beginner sort of quad. This thing has far too much power, and for me and my skills and the way these sort of ultralights sort of handle, they feel totally different to some of the more traditional, little bit heavier quads out there, which I find look are a little bit more forgiving and I guess a little bit easier to control with some of their momentum. That's just my opinion. But if you are one of those racers who's got the skills to pay the bills, you're going to be bringing home the bacon with this bad boy. Now, as our hobby moves forward, I'm expecting, you know, the really, really big races in the world. This is a sort of craft that those people are going after the prize money, the people who want to get on the podium. This is the sort of thing that they're going to be using, because if you put the training in with a craft like this, you're going to be getting lap times that aren't available to some of those other crafts out there, some of the heavier ones, because look, these things, they do fly exceptionally fast, you know, like next level sort of agility and abilities, but you do need those sort of lightning Jedi reflexes behind the sticks to make the most of it. So what I want to say, a beautiful, super fast, amazing flight experience, but you do need the skills. Don't buy this thing thinking, look, I'm going to sort of just jump in and smash these laps around, because it is like a wild beast. It's got so much performance behind the motors, and you really need to know how to control it. So a little bit of a warning and a disclaimer there, but if you can do it, you're going to have an amazing time. It's an amazing craft, and it is so zippy and just goes exactly where you want to point it. Now, I think we've got an over and under coming up here, and you can imagine this thing like at high speed, it just turns and goes exactly where you want it to. You don't have to fight the momentum, I guess, of a heavier quad. That is one of the differences, and if you like that, definitely think about picking one of these up. Anyway, what we should do, let's hand it over to Crash Test Cal, and you guys are going to be in for a bit of a shock, because some pretty crazy stuff happens. Rightio, CTC, there it is, the Proton from Flightclub. How did that thing look in the air? Because I know, I've got to say, you're a massive fan of these guys. You've been watching them for a long time, and you've been talking about these sorts of frames for quite a while. So how did that look the first time seeing one of these fly around in the air?
It looks super fast. It looks super locked in. It's a special quad, yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Look, it's just been exceptionally well designed. It's very lightweight, so it's a super light. Very well designed, it's strong, it's got vibration dampening built into the frame, and it's just very clever, very well made. Even the antenna mounts are just
that was one of my favorite bit too. Ready, you know, like if we're getting some interference, oh, let's put left hand on and then just screw it in, boom, you're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, it's got everything that I want in a quad.
Do you like the color theme?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
I like the Stretch X. I like everything about it. I'd even love to get one with the well, it does come with a TPU shell that you can put on in place of the top plate and get a more streamlined look, which is probably something I'd try out for sure. But I do like the skeleton frame.
Yep.
And look, it's something special. I can't wait to start ripping it around. The amount of detail that's been put into this design is incredible. He's one of the people that are doing it right in the industry for sure, and he has been doing it right for a long time. I've personally learned a lot from the guy and from his channel, and I just wanted to say thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Have you got any words for Envy or Seth?
Well, keep up the good work, guys. I love your videos. I love your skill. Just keep it up. You're doing a great work for the community.
Some good torture tests they've got in there.
Oh, they do. Love their stuff.
Alright, nice. Cal is a massive fan, Astro too, so yeah.
I was wondering, Stu, what's the first rule of Flightclub?
Well, we can't talk about the first rule of Flightclub.
I think it's go fast.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh boy, this is special. This is special. Oh, we have a desync. Near the rocks. We had a desync.
Oh, Cal. Okay. So, what do you reckon happened there, Cal?
Some kind of desync. I don't know exactly what happened.
Yep. And
I just went to do a...
yeah, I don't know where that can't have bounced there. I'm going to unplug it.
It's not broken.
Oh, we broke the battery strap.
What's this wee bit?
Okay, Cal broke the battery strap, landed on some rocks.
That was not through pilot error, I might add.
Doesn't matter. We still did it.
Actually, nah, doesn't even look scuffed.
What a rotten place to land too.
We can still fly it.
Without not a mark on it, hardly.
There's a battery.
Yeah, that battery. I don't know about that one. It must have smashed the battery. All right, well let's go. Let's go give it a hover and get on with the review.
So who gets to fly it now? Desync Cal or?
Yeah, desync Cal. All right, Cal. After your car park crash test desync Cal. Let's see if we can arm, because that was a massive crash. Woo! Actually, we'll give it a little hover. I don't know how I can hover and hold a GoPro. Let's see how we go. I got this, Trevor. I got this. We're nothing but skill here, mate. Oh, yeah. All right, let's do it. Take two. We didn't even change those props, actually.
This combination, the frame, the motors, the props, it's all been very well thought out, and this has been a well tested and well researched rig. So you're going to get the benefit of all of that when you step into a Proton frame.
The part that really amazes me is that car park crash and what you did to that battery and the desync we had, and it landed like on rocks and stuff. So yeah, I'm very impressed. We didn't even change the props and it's still going.
Fantastic motors. They seem to just go hand in glove with this frame. If you're a serious racer, even if you just have love for the hobby and you want a really good quad, a really good frame, this is impossible to go past. This would probably be the best frame, in my opinion, on the market at the moment.
Yeah, you like it?
I do.
Okay, that's a pretty big statement.
Yeah, well look, it's like I said, it's terribly well thought out, it's well designed, it's strong, it's made of great carbon, it's you know, it's a stretched X, it's going to be great and nimble around a track. There's nothing bad about it, and the frame itself isn't terribly expensive, you know, it's quite affordable. So even if you were thinking about building your first quad and you just want a good decent frame, well, this will probably stand up to a bit of abuse, and
yeah, obviously.
and it's look, it's not that pricey, so
right,
why not start with a premium frame if it's available.
Alright, so I guess sum this up with Cal's famous 4 words. I crashed it into a car park. Oh, you scared the out of me. Even I'm swearing. Alright, Cal's famous 4 words.
Maybe the best quad ever.
Okay, maybe the best quad ever. Alright, that's 5, mate, but we'll let you have it. Alright. Thanks, Cal.
Alright, no worries.
Alright, Trev, so here we go. It's your turn. Decent Cal over there has done his best to try to wreck it on us, but it's holding up well. What do you think about the Proton, what you've seen, and put with the shenanigans that's been going on?
Well, this is the sexiest thing I've seen beside my wife.
God, Trevor!
This is so nice.
Alright, you're a fan of the look?
Yeah, well, he's done a great job of putting this together and designing it.
Yep.
I really think it's one that's really going to stand out. And from what I've seen with the flight so far, it's going to be pretty awesome to fly as well. So let's cut to the chase and give me a fly of this thing.
All right, let's do it.
Stu, your arm switch is gone.
Yeah, okay. This one. You've flown this enough to know what the arm switch is. All right, ready to rock and roll?
Yep. Let's see if we can destroy this thing. Wow. Jeez, quick, isn't it? And I'm not even giving it full throttle. That is amazing. And it's smooth. This is out of the box?
Well, this is the bind and fly they send. I don't actually know if they send bind and flies at the moment. I think it's just the frame. They do have a kit where you can sort of build one. I'll link that down below as well. But there's, yeah, I don't know about a bind and fly.
Oh, it's nice. It just it slices through the air pretty good. It's nice, really nice.
Yeah, any oscillations?
Nah, nothing. Everything's good about this. Rolls nice, it's fast and it's nippy. It's like very responsive.
Who do you think this is aimed at?
Probably your more advanced users.
Uh-huh.
The flyers, I suppose.
What makes you say that?
Oh, it's going to be a bit quick for your the newbies. It'd probably scare the crap out of them actually. Probably a little bit too fast.
Okay.
Because when you turn, it turns. Like the other ones, other quads, you know, they'll turn, but they'll turn gracefully. This is really snappy. I think it'd frighten a new guy.
Just too much power?
Yeah. There's power to burn and it is very, very nippy. This thing here is way better than, this is probably the best Hyperlight I've flown.
Okay.
Way better than that dental floss thing.
Okay.
And others, you know.
Yeah.
It's, this is really, really nice. It's not pitchy or anything. I don't want to put this thing down.
Okay, we're going to have to run out of battery sometime.
Yeah. Doesn't matter, it's not my battery.
Okay. All right, give it a grumpy Trev rating out of 10 in terms of just raw performance.
Look, performance, I'd have to give this a 10. It's really, really nice.
Yep.
I love the design of this thing, and the price of the frame itself is incredibly cheap.
Okay.
So this is going to be a 10 out of 10, both of them.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
It is really good. This is up there with a lot of the other good frames, you know.
Yep.
This is one of the best I've seen for a long time.
All right. Nice. Looks like you're a fan then, Trevor.
And it flies. It just cuts through the air beautifully. Well, yeah, the price of this frame compared to some of the others. I mean, I know this is a bit lighter frame than the Chameleon and all those, but it's nearly half the price, and that is bloody good value for something that goes this hard.
It does come with a spare arm too. I haven't told you that, but yeah, in the frame kit you do get a spare arm.
And when it did hit the deck before,
yeah,
I can't believe
Calvin
it survived. I mean, and it wasn't Cal's fault either. It did desync.
Don't let him off the hook that easy, Trev.
But I'd just like to point out that Cal was behind the sticks, and it wasn't me that crashed it. So,
yeah. All right.
I can see why Cal's a fan of this too. I really do like it. It's a nice little frame.
Rightio, you two lovebirds. What do you think of the Proton in the air for a speed run? Even though desync master Cal over here, he's put it through its paces, tested its durability. What do you think we're going to get? Miles per hour?
I reckon 110.
110? Trev?
97.
97? I'm going to go 105 then. 104. Ready to suit up?
Let's do it. Guys, this is a review I've been waiting for a long time. Mike at Flightclub really knows what he's doing when it comes to these frames. This guy is an expert designer, and as such he's come up with an expert frame. Light, fast, strong, every little detail has been well thought out in this frame, and for my money, the best frame on the market in my opinion. So let's see how it goes. All right, let's do it. I have high hopes. All right, come on, bring it home. All right, 97 mile an hour. Okay, that's not bad for a first run, is it? 96. Jeez, it's getting close, guys. It is getting close. 104. Now we're talking. Okay, here's a quad that goes over 100 mile an hour on 4S, as I suspected. Mike over at Flightclub really knows his stuff, and he's been building frames, designing frames for quite a while, and man, he's done such a good job with this. He really has. It is a beautiful frame. 109. Now we're talking, guys. 109 mile an hour. This is on par with the best and fastest. 102. with the fastest 5-inch quads out there. Man on a pin, 104. Oh, get out of here! Oh, I don't like this one. I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
Yes.
Touche.
Rightio, there it is. There's my review of the Proton from Flightclub, and there's a few things I was really blown away with this quad. Number one, let's talk about that flight performance. So when you take this thing around, it was like, I'm sure you saw it in the flight footage, it was just so aggressive. The way it was cutting corners, going exactly where you point, wherever you point it, and then you touch the throttle, it is like so twitchy, it is just going to go in that direction. Now, the second thing to say on top of that is, you need a bit of control, you need to have some experience. So I don't think this is made for those beginner pilots who are just getting into the hobby. It has far too much power, it is far too much twitchy, and you know, it takes a little bit of getting used to when you're trying to rip this thing around the track. Now on the flip side, if you are a serious FPV racer, if you are going after the best of the best, and you're trying to get on the podium, you know, you want to finish first, something like this, if you've got the skills to pay the bills, is going to go a long way, because a craft like this, it absolutely is 10 out of 10 in terms of performance if you know how to use it. So it is definitely very fast, and I would recommend this one only to those pro serious racers out there, maybe even the ones who are going after some prize money and that sort of stuff. Now another part too, it actually did hold up better than I was expecting in Cal crash test, decent Cal in his test when he sort of lost it and it landed on those rocks. That part really blew me away, because when we went over there, I was expecting it to be in pieces, and to be able to pick it up and keep it hovering, well, that's sort of unheard of with one of these frames. And on top of that, if it did break an arm, you do get some spare ones, or you get one spare one in the frame kit itself. Anyway, what do you guys think? Drop your comments down below. You know, go share some love too to Envy Astro and those guys, because I really like the stuff they're doing. Go and check out Flightclub's site, because look, they have a whole, not just this frame, they've got a whole bunch of really, really cool frames up there. Subscribe for more FPV related content, and as always, happy flying.
Alrighty, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Definitely subscribe if you're new to the channel and check out these videos. And I'm also going to leave a little link here to my Patreon page, because I've got some fantastic Patreon supporters and I like to give back to them as well. So if you want to join the UAVfutures family, there's things like bonus velcro straps, little bundles of FPV goodies and things like that that also get sent out. Anyway, happy flying.